Few are currently struggling with erectile dysfunction, ED, or premature ejaculation pay. I can almost guarantee you the very first piece of advice you received, whether from a subreddit, a health blog, or even your revered urologist, was this: your pelvic floor is weak. You need to do Kegels. So, you did them. You squeezed. You clenched. You did sets of 50, twice a day. But instead of getting better, things got worse. Maybe you started feeling a strange golf ball sensation in your perineum when you sit down, like you were sitting on a hard object. Maybe you started urinating every 30 minutes. Maybe your lower back or hips started to ache constantly. And your erections, they became even harder to maintain. Or your sensitivity went through the roof, causing instant pay. Abyss. If this is your reality, pay very close attention. Today, I am going to tell you something that might shock you. But it is the truth that your nervous system has been trying to tell you all along. For the vast majority of young, healthy men suffering from PIED, porn-induced ED, or chronic pelvic tension, CPPS, Kegels are not the cure. They are the poison. This sounds completely backward, doesn't it? Traditional medicine makes a fundamental and sometimes disastrous mistake when it comes to male sexual health. They automatically assume that all ED or PAI is caused by a hypotonic pelvic floor, meaning the muscles are weak, flaccid, and unable to hold the necessary blood flow. And yes, if you are a 70-year-old man recovering from prostate surgery, Kegels are the appropriate clinical gold standard. Verb. If you are a young man suffering from PIED or chronic pelvic pain, your problem is likely the exact opposite. Your pelvic floor is hypertonic. This means your muscles are stuck in a chronic state of protective spasm or clench. Think of it this way. Imagine clenching your fist as hard as you can for 2 hours straight. Your hand would get numb. It would ache. It would suffer from hypoxia, lack of oxygen, and it would lose all functional movement capacity. You don't need to do wrist curls to strengthen a fist that is already clenched. You need to teach it to let go. When your pelvic floor is already tight, doing Kegels is like adding fuel to a fire. You are forcing an already spasming muscle group to clench even harder. This has devastating mechanical consequences. We need to look at a crucial piece of your functional anatomy, the pudendal nerve. This nerve is the erection highway. It is responsible for delivering the necessary arousal signal from your brain to your penis to allow blood flow. In a hypertonic state, this nerve gets entrapped, literally strangly, between rigid muscles, specifically the deep hip rotator, known as the obturator internus. When you Kegel an already tight pelvic floor, those muscles don't get stronger. They get shorter, harder, and more inflamed. They physically squeeze the pudendal nerve, cutting off its blood supply and its signal-firing ability. The functional result: localized pain, testicular burning, urinary frequency, and a complete inability to maintain an erection due to nerve inflammation. So, how did your pelvic floor get so tight in the first place? It was likely conditioned by your daily habits. Edging. This is the smoking gun. Forcing your body to hold a Kegel. Clench for 1 to 2 hours while watching intense porn desensitizes your brain and creates a physical spasm in your body. Your muscles are trapped in an extended battle against a natural erection reflex. Chronic anxiety stress. When you are in a fight or flight sympathetic state, Q, your body instinctively clenches your pelvic bowl to protect your internal organs. If you are stressed 24/7, you are clenching 24/7. To cure this type of functional dysfunction, you must undergo systematic somatic rehabilitation. You need to teach your nervous system and your muscles to unlearn the clench. You need to focus not on strengthening, but on downregulation and release. Here are the correct somatic fixes you actually need right now. Stop Kegels immediately. This is rule number 1. Learn reverse Kegels. This is the gold standard movement. You are gently pushing the muscle out, like trying to flatulate gently. This forces the spasm to drop and opens the pelvic bowl. Remember, It is a gentle release, never forced. Diaphragmatic belly breathing. This is your core tool. Deep, slow, 360-degree breathing into your belly and pelvis signals your nervous system to leave fight or flight mode and enter rest and digest, parasympathetic mode, allowing the muscles to relax. Consistency is key. This is not a disease that requires a pill. It is a mechanical and nervous system issue that requires mechanical and nervous system retraining. You are not broken, but your body is stuck. The recovery starts when you stop squeezing and start releasing. Stay strong.